Hello, hello, hello. What's good, everybody? Sorry we're running a little bit late, but we are ready to get into all things Loki. And of course, the people coming down this crazy timeline with me, Runner Spaghetti. What's good tonight, fandom?
Yo, pretty much it was run or spaghetti. Every single moment, it was either an item or a person. So you better run. You better run.
Oh, or was it the running that turned him into spaghetti? I don't know. That was kind of crazy. Oh, it was wild. How we doing tonight, AK? You ready to talk some Loki?
Indeed, indeed. Let's get into this.
Oh, this is just a wild one. And I tell you, it feels like we have been calling this almost step for step verbatim almost all season long. Like we have definitely been in lockstep and key with this show this season. Loki, season 2, episode 5. This one's called Science Fiction. And I love all the different audio intros this season. Like the music always sets the mood for what the episode's going to be. And the openings have been no different. Like this one was awesome. Letting you know the timeline is done. Let's go get it. We're in a whole different area. And this episode opens on Loki being alone in the TVA. So is this foreshadowing that it's now going to be Loki who is going to be he who remains at the end of it all?
You
That's
want
what
me to
I
answer
got.
that, or you want Phantom?
What's that?
Didn't know which one of us was going to go first. Go ahead, Phantom.
Hit it,
Yeah,
family.
I pretty much got that. Especially after AK stream the other day. I'm like, you know what? It seems like they're kind
Yeah.
of like hitting towards that. Like it's him at the end, and to make sure it's he, Loki is like the one running in the end. He was the one who probably made sure that Mobius back in season 1 got that Pacific Loki that ends up becoming him at the end. Just like how Mrs. Minute, just like how like He Remains got Mrs. Minutes to give Ramona that letter that had to go back in what was that 19 something.
Mm-hmm.
So is this how are we feeling, fandom? Is this all He Who Remains plan just working out to fruition, or are the Lokis just on one and we don't know what's going to happen yet?
I think it's a bit of both. It's like He Remains plan, and then there's like Loki's plan.
How you feeling about that, AK?
I think that fits as well. Yeah, it's definitely all within He Who Remains plan. It's not just Loki that's doing this, but even Loki and his planning and how that's going to go, the bigger picture will eventually be shown that it was all in Kang's plan to begin with. So that we're getting breadcrumbs,
So it's
and I like where
basically
they're going.
oh yeah, so it's basically Kang's plan, and Loki's just kind of putting a little Loki twist here and there on it.
He's playing his part. Yes.
Loki may have. What's up, Jay Cruz? Loki may have started the last timeline. This may be history repeating itself. I think that's exactly what it is. I think I called it first episode. This is all one big time loop, and we are absolutely going to end right where we started off this season. I think called that like 5 minutes into the episode. And that'll be amazing if that's how it goes down. I know we have Invincible on deck. What we were just talking about that backstage. We'll let you know, Jake. Yeah, definitely Invincible next, and we'll let you know what else is happening. Get the schedules dialed in. But unfortunately, Loki ends up catching another bad case of the time slippage, and one slip takes him into a room where he is in already. Like, and he almost got to speak with himself. So, like, if you hit a time slip and went back 10 years, what advice would you give to yourself, AK?
10 years.
You only went back like 5 minutes, so I'm going to take you back a little farther.
Going back 10 years, probably.
That's a tough one, right?
Not for
No,
me.
actually
If
not.
I tell
No,
myself
actually
go
no.
back
It's
in
not
10
that tough.
years, don't get my master's degree. Just stop at bachelor's. So you have to accumulate so much
And spread out
student
from there.
loans, get some freaking lottery numbers. Oh my gosh.
Right?
Yes.
I'm not
Yeah.
trying to pay back these
Oh, and
student
probably
loans.
stop myself from going into Amazon.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. 10 years. I probably would have not opened a few different lines of credit because then I would have less things to pay off now. Um, Probably would not be living in the city I am in anymore. I would likely be on the West Coast or the East Coast, one of the two.
Feel it.
Also, tell myself to react to certain shows or even like movie trailers. I would know what's popping the shows before everyone else knows. Been like, yo, I was on it since
Yeah,
day
you were
one.
on there, bro. Like you were literally on there. You were Meeks for a while with the reactions, man.
Hey, Jake's living a charmed life. He's not sure he'd change anything. You wouldn't invest in crypto or anything? Like nothing?
Yeah.
I wish
There's
I was you,
definitely some
Jake.
investments.
Then again, Jake could be wealthy for all we know.
Hey, still, the wealthy always want to be wealthier. That's what I've learned. But yeah, definitely. I mean, I
Exactly.
love
There's
my
a
life
lot more
too.
things I would lock down.
Yeah, I love my life too, but there's always something. Always something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was insane. Loki seemed to be in some kind of loop, like time slipping back and forth inside the TVA, and then we see the entire place like start to spaghetti out. And the last thing we see is the monitor with Miss Minutes on it saying "failsafe initiated" and "thank you for your service." So I almost feel like this is He Who Remains, like it's his mocking way of saying like thanks for playing your part and getting me back to where I need to be. I don't know. Like, what's Miss Minutes' part in all this? AK, like, does she have a part in this, or is she just doing what she's told, pretty much?
I think it's a bit of both because she's an intelligent AI who we don't know now can be very self-serving when she wants to be. So, but I think she absolutely definitely still has her own part to play that is in the grander scheme of things. And we'll see what happens once everything is actually rebooted and what shenanigans she's gonna pull next. Because I still don't trust her.
I can't trust it. Okay, first off, how long did it take you to realize that they were on Alcatraz, fandom?
I didn't know at all.
Really, you didn't feel
Really?
Until it was mentioned. I was
Immediately.
like, what kind of prison is this in the middle of the freaking ocean thing? Then all you said, I was
Yep.
like, oh.
Oh man, and
That's why it's called The Rock. And I love what they did with quote unquote Frank and the three dudes that escaped
I would
because
not
that's tied
expect it
into
though.
real world history, and I love that tidbit. I really do.
You see B5 with her, what she was doing, and
She was a doctor.
Mobius, and you see
Yeah.
OB. But then when it came to him, I'm like, I would never expect that. This man's always behind the damn desk all the damn
right?
time.
I mean, you know what it is with OB? See, that I'm still questioning whether he is just a random dude that got pulled from one of the time streams. Because first of all, how does your place, who you said is in the middle of nowhere, far away from everything, how does your TVA office look like that? This is like Mach 1 of his TVA spot. So what the hell is going on with OB? I still feel like there's some mystery there that they're not revealing yet.
Oh yeah,
True. Because it still looks like literally the same as his own, like in the TVA place.
Exactly.
Like,
I'm glad you guys noticed that. 100%. It looks exactly.
That was the first thing I noticed because I thought when I first saw like the I think I was watching somebody else and they had a little clip of that. I said, wait, okay, so that's just when he first got to the TVA. No, that's apparently where he was. But we what it's Cleveland. That's what I think. Was it Cleveland? No, Mobius is in Cleveland. Where the hell was OB? I gotta
that's
look
a
at my. Oh
trivia
damn it.
question, so he ain't gonna
Yeah,
answer
you know
that.
what? Yeah, and
Oh, you
actually.
know, hey, if we're asking on a stream, we got to answer it. He was in
Yeah,
Pasadena.
I just remembered where my list is, so I will pull up that list because I made sure to keep it for tonight.
Yeah, he was in Pasadena, California.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
asking on stream. I'll definitely answer. But yeah, that's funny. Fandom knows. He's got the serum down.
I got the dates and everything, where everybody's date was, what city and state they were in on my list. I just got to pull it up.
That's amazing. And Jake is not as prepared as he thinks he is. Like he knew the Pasadena, but first of all, it's B15, not B5.
B15, and we did get her name.
We did get her name.
I don't remember what it is off rip, but I know we did definitely talk about that.
That's awesome. That is awesome. So yeah, I've definitely realized that was Alcatraz right off the hit. And second, like Casey did not just come out talking about hurry up before if they catch us, they're gonna gut us like a fish. He did not let those words utter out. I was dying. I was like, what? They are not bringing that as a callback. I thought that was amazing. Like he's like, what's a fish? When Loki tried to say that exact thing. And then all of a sudden he brings it back. Like that's an exact line he said in his past branch time. Like, dude, the details of this show are phenomenal.
They're great.
But that was a nice nod to the fact that they've all been getting their memories wiped from Jump Street. Like the fact that he said that back then, yeah, just such a great touch. But Loki slips in and is happy to see Casey, but is told, I've never seen you before. And we also hear that Casey isn't even Casey, not even his real name, like AK was just alluding to. It's like, my man is Frank. Like, where'd that come from? Like, why did the TVA change everybody's name, fandom?
Because that's no longer their life. He remains, plucked them out of that one, created their new one.
Maybe like hearing their name would like trigger something about their remembering their old life or something. So he had to give them new names or something like that. What was
Possibly.
what was that empty orange room that Loki slipped into for a hot sec? Like he was slipping
Yeah,
from
the
place to place.
it's like Time Theater 25, I think. Yeah, I'm like,
Right.
hold on,
No,
what you
that's the
mean?
room where he
What type of
saw,
theater?
remember in
That's
the
where he was
first
walking.
season he saw like his past, how it was gonna like continue. Or not his past, but his future. But eventually he was gonna like die in the hands of Thanos and thing. It was that room.
Yeah, because you saw the little computer, and that's what I was wondering. Is that the computer he was watching all his past life on when he first got brought to the
Mm,
UK? And if so, there's obviously some big importance to this room. Why did he was going to all the places that he needed to be to catch up with all the people that were there. Why did he need to go to that room?
exactly.
I mean, there has to be meaning in that. Like just this empty orange room 5 theater, time theater. What is the significance of this room? Because yeah, they didn't just put it in there and have him pause for a second for nothing. But poor B-15, like what would you do if you walked around the corner, just set this poor little girl's arm, everything's all happy doing your doctor thing, and you come around the corner to see Loki time slipping like in and then right back out in front of your eyes. Like how do you deal with that, AK?
Um,
Not well, not me.
I would no, I don't. I honestly don't know that I would freak out that much because I think we talked about that a little bit last night with the ladies. I feel like if something like that happened, I would just be looking around to see if anybody else saw it. And if it happens again and no one's around, like if the doctor just pulled up in the blue telephone box and opened the door, he was like, "Yo, AK, we got a situation." I'm like, "All right, bro, I'm ready to go. Let's get in it." I can't tell you how quickly I would get off of Earth if something like that happened.
Like, I'm ready.
I already want to get the hell off this planet.
You can take the OB side of everything and just be like, I
You
totally
damn right. Hey, OB sticks his head around the corner like, "Hey, I'm a gone."
Oh, that's awesome. That is incredible. You that willy nilly with it, just random? You just jumping in and going with it, or would you be like me and just losing your shit?
Hell no. You know how many times stuff would happen to the doctor's companion or the people we be traveling with? I'd take a note to that. Sorry.
I'm no red shirt.
Staying home.
What? Nah, bruh. Nah.
Keep the red shirt.
Then there's times when he just leave his
The
companion. Come on,
companions
no.
aren't red shirts. Wow, leave who where? Nah, see,
Especially what
that's a
happened to the
whole other.
Weeping Angels. No.
What happened with the Weeping Angels? What do you mean?
When it happened to the companions, Amy and Rory in that one episode, literally they got
Did you
became
watch
victims
that
to the
whole?
Weeping Angels.
Did you watch that whole storyline though? Amy and Rory
Nah.
are fine.
Oh, we're getting off on one. Back to
I want to go back in my
never
original timeline, not go all the way back in time. Now I'm good.
But back to Loki, we finally get it. Kinda. Mobius on a jet ski. And I gotta say, he looked pretty damn happy. Like, how good was it to see Mobius on
In his little fantasy.
he was
As soon as it came up, I knew. I was like, "Oh, this dude is living somebody's commercial dream right now."
he was living his best life. So did you laugh or shake your head when Loki slipped in with the same moves as the inflatable man with the waving arms, AK?
I chuckled. It was chuckle worthy.
I was just
Like, you know what, Tom? Well done, Mr. Hiddleston. I appreciate that. Stick the landing. I like it.
I went fandom. I had a little bit of both. I was shaking my head while chuckling. Come on.
Like, it's such a stupid little thing to throw in, but come on, why wouldn't you? Because it's just so this show. You have to put it in there.
Oh, quirky as hell. Yeah, that was just extra. But poor OB just trying to get his hustle on and sell some stories. Like, I would read your book, my man. I would read that story.
Bruh.
He was hustling.
I felt that hurt that he had when that lady came around the corner. So, didn't I tell you to stop putting your books on our shelves? Well, my man was just trying to get it going, man. It's like, look, you don't need barcode. Here, I got cash. I'll pay for it. He's paying for his own book because he wants somebody to ask, "Hey, where'd you get that? What is that? Is it good?"
Respect that hustle. Respect the hustle.
Seriously, man.
That was amazing. I know it doesn't matter, like all time is happening at once, but it was still interesting to see the different years from when they were all taken. Like, and here I thought like this was one of the OGs. He's brand new. Like they just scooped him up last year.
He's the youngest one.
That was crazy to me.
Technically, but they put him at one of the highest positions.
I mean, did that seem weird to you, fandom?
Yes and no.
Like maybe because it doesn't matter because they're on the timeline, so it doesn't really matter when you got scooped up. But like I said, I mean, they just got him last year. He's literally the newest one in the crew.
I never thought it like matter like the position though.
But it just seems like you'd have to, like, it would take some time to work your way up to be like one of the number one hunters or whatever, his position
Yeah.
is. But I don't know, somehow he just went right into it. So it's like, yeah, they got to explain all that, why and how, and what's the reasoning for that. But OB is so down. Like, even after like Loki time slips and scares the bejesus out of him, like he was like, I believe you. Like, then even offered to like give him the book that he thinks he might have an extra copy of laying around somewhere. And then the camera
And
pans
3
out.
whole stacks of the damn book sitting right next to him.
Yeah, literally hundreds of them sitting there.
He's like, oh, all this time slipping reminds you of my character in my book. Oh, here's a copy of it.
It was amazing. But I noticed OB had a message board with like tons of post-its on it. Like, is that the same message board that we see in the end credits fandom?
Of course. Did you even like pause and try to read everything?
No. I tried to.
Yeah, I thought about doing that, but then I was like, no, I'm going to bed.
I was looking at some other stuff, but yeah, this was a late one. But again, it's like OB who's the most helpful and gives Loki like great tips on how to handle a situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like how he knew Loki needed to find out why this is happening, and it was he who like realized Loki's time slipping wasn't random at all. He was going exactly to the places where he needed to be. Like, he was ahead of the game. Like, he just got told all this and was like breaking it down, helping Loki out. So yeah, something's definitely up with OB. Like, he always knows more than everybody.
Mm-hmm.
How and why. Like, it's just crazy. Like, he just adapted like it was nothing, just everyday stuff. Like, yeah, this is just fiction, the science fiction part. Like, wait a minute, what? Wouldn't that be hard, though, to take Mobius away from his 2 boys that he just loves to death like that? Like, you're literally just going to swipe him out of this timeline away from his family? Like, I don't know. Would that be hard for you, AK?
I mean, I think that's why the conversation took so long. And he absolutely had to show proof that, yo, I can bring you back to like this exact moment. They won't even know you were ever gone. So, yeah, I mean, but then again, really, it's just doing another redundancy in the whole time scheme of things, because we looked when they were across the street and boom, there was a scene replaying over again of Mobius talking to the boys. And also, I will say again, his little firebug son, that kid's gonna grow up and not be shit. He's already asking his brother to go get him.
Yeah. Is a problem waiting to happen. But so if Mobius is there, like if they were able to come back and watch themselves doing it, then was Mobius ever even really gone? Like, does he even really leave, or is that form of him always?
Sir, that is an Ouroboros of a question. we will literally be talking in circles about that the whole rest of the stream. So I'm gonna bypass that.
Well, then what about the flip side of it? If he does decide, like, okay, you can bring me right back and they'll never know I was gone. But what happens if what fandom said happens and something happens to you while you're gone and you die? Now you're not coming back. Then what?
If time rewinds, they will. Because we see near the end, everybody got. But then we jump back.
So if that happens, Loki would be able to go back to the time he was still alive, but wouldn't his end still be the same? Wouldn't he still die within a few hours or whenever he died?
Well, in that branch timeline.
Not if he's changed. Not if he's going through and changing things.
Wow, yeah, that's interesting. I don't know, because you can't like Banner was telling you, you can't go back and change your past or your future.
To that exact spot. But something is up with 616 Loki that is making that possible. Because, and this is something that we brought up last night with the ladies also, none of the other Lokis that we've seen, including Sylvie, are able to do this. And all of them end up in one place at the end of time. This one's the only one that was able to prune himself and rip himself out of time to jump back in with all this extra shenanigans that he can do now.
And is it because himself? Is that why he's able to jump back and forth through time and time slip, because he did prune himself?
It's possible, but I don't know if that's the explanation that they're going to give us. However, as Fandom was saying earlier, B did get us hit to a storyline from the comics that I had not read yet that does show young Loki seeing his older self at the end of time at some point. So I think we're going to tap into a little bit of that for the finale. And around all of that, I think is where we'll also get some more breadcrumbs of the grander scheme of Kang. Because this is all, again, still his machinations. We're only seeing it right now through the lens of Loki.
Right, but are all these really Kang's? Like, is this all Kang's plan? Because, like Jake was just said, and we were getting ready to talk about, if you noticed, all those timelines were all branch timelines.
Branch timelines, yeah.
Which, of course, they'd have to be. That's why they all became hunters, because they all got pruned and then brought to the TVA as hunters. They got pruned from their timelines because they were branching and there were going to be variants, so they needed to get.
And they were taken specifically from those timelines. Like there's a whole bunch of other thems that are out there, but they're not going around and getting all of them. And I would think that not all of those timelines are even pruned. They're just allowed to veer off where they need to be for this one here. So for the sacred timeline, I don't know that they could even jump back into that just yet. I think it's going to take Loki going around to all these branches, pulling in the A team, basically another Avengers team. We're putting a team together and getting everything rebooted, so to speak.
Man, Mobius seemed just as cool in his past life as he was at the TVA. Like, what do you think he could have possibly done to even get pruned, fandom?
Hey, repeat that?
Mobius just seems like such a cool guy. Like, all these people are getting pruned because they're messing up timelines with doing something that they shouldn't be doing. Like what crazy deed did Mobius do that made him get pruned and brought into the TVA?
Who said he was pruned?
Well, he's a hunter. He was brought into the TVA. I mean,
he was a hunter. He was brought in to do that job. That doesn't necessarily mean that he was pruned, though.
Well, that's what I got.
He was pulled out of time.
No, but he's a variant, though. I don't think he was pruned, though.
Yeah, he's a variant. Yeah, but I don't think any of them were pruned.
Well, I mean, okay, maybe not pruned, but all these variants at the time, TVA, are all from these different places because they got pulled out of their lives and then put.
Yeah, they did something that they weren't supposed to do.
Exactly.
I think that's the question you're trying to ask. Like, what did he do?
Right.
I don't think it was necessarily anything bad. We don't have the only one that we know that was out there doing some random fuck shit was Sylvie and Loki.
And Casey.
Because they were absolutely well, Casey was robbing a bank. That's regular human shit, though. That's not messing up anybody's timeline for anything.
Maybe. I mean, he probably stole something that was going to mess up something.
We know Frank escaping from
okay.
Alcatraz was literally his branch.
No, see, here's the thing. The reason that I'm saying Casey was just doing regular human shit is because those three guys, those are three characters literally it's a reference to three people that escaped from Alcatraz in history. So that's what I'm saying. And they were pretty much lost to time after that, actually, which is such a great tie-in that they gave Casey that history, because he was just pulled out after that because they needed him for whatever reason. TVA needed him. We don't have all the reasons for these people. That's why I'm saying I don't think people were out there doing anything completely bad. I think he was pulling people together that he needed at specific times to do things.
He was the first.
It's real drawn out plan.
What's that, Phantom?
So he remains as the first Nick Fury. He was assembling a team.
No, I would not say he's like Fury. No, because Fury is looking to actually protect the world in his machinations. He Who Remains, Kang, period, is all out for himself. So he's putting things in place to make sure that he gets the most power in whatever situation he's setting up for as he time hops around.
Could be. Yeah,
it's hard to explain because there's a lot of timey-wimey with it.
Right. It's going to be interesting to see how it ends up. Is this all He Who Remains' plan to get himself back up to power? Or was he just tired of running stuff and he wants to pass the mantle to Loki and he knows Loki would be the best one to do it from here on out? So he's setting it up for Loki to take the mantle. That'll be an interesting twist.
He did say he was bored.
But yeah, I love that, how it might have been the timeline that was getting pruned, not necessarily Mobius. That's a big picture outlook, Jake. I love that.
Yeah. We don't know that anybody was actually in there doing anything wrong, except for the criminals that they hunted, which was Loki and Sylvie.
I don't know. It's like, why? what reason did those certain people get pulled out? Why did B-15 get pulled out?
That's what I'm saying. We don't know.
I think she may be like.
I don't think we can jump straight to the negative side of it. It's like, well, they did something wrong. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I mean the negative. I mean it could be something positive that they did. I mean B-15 was a doctor. She might have ended up saving somebody that he needed to die, so things could happen the way he needed to. But she ended
That's what
up
I'm saying.
saving his life. So yeah, it's not necessarily that they did something negative, I guess. So I guess that's better for Mobius. Maybe he just helped somebody that he wasn't supposed to help someday, and that's why he got.
Highly possible.
I like that. We'll go with that. That makes me feel better. But he wasn't about to like be cool with this stranger. Like, I mean, Mobius is cool, but he's not that cool. He's got some stranger stalking him back to his home and wanting him to leave his boys and go on some crazy secret mission with him. Like, he grabbed that wrench and was getting ready to go in on this new friend. It was a good thing OB showed up right on time. Oh, can you imagine this? Mobius takes a whack at Loki with a wrench. That'd have been nuts.
I don't think he would have actually done it.
He was.
I don't know. I feel like he was just trying to put up that front, but I don't think he was actually going to do anything.
Well,
I mean, look at the mess that his yard was in. He's been battling with his kids for how long about the bullshit that they be doing. He's already exasperated just dealing with children. He wasn't gonna go attack nobody. Least of all Loki.
What do you say, Phantom? He looked like he grabbed that wrench and said, "Yeah, we're friends," and started taking that step forward right when OB showed up. What do you think? Was he going to do it?
Nah, he's maybe I just thought he was a kleptomaniac.
No, I mean Mobius. Like
Mobius.
Right when Obi showed up, like he was nervous about Loki following him back to his house, and he grabbed that wrench and he was like, "Yeah." He's like, Loki was like, "We're friends." He's like, "Oh yeah, we're friends," and he started taking that first step. Like he was getting ready to thump him, I think. And then
heard you show up at the store, then miraculously where I live, and you got kids. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll do the same.
Right? Loki is built Ford tough. He can take a wrench to the head. He is a guy.
I mean, he would wake up eventually, but he's still gonna get knocked out. I mean, he's part frost giant, but we've already seen he does not have frost giant strength.
So we already see that, like after seeing all that, we know AK would be ready to leave, and he's off with the new door. He's off with the new stranger in the time fandom. Nope, man, maybe not.
Because I would do the exact same thing Donna Noble did. And I would have the doctor swing the freaking telephone box around to my cousin's house, and I'll wave at him as we're going off into space. And that's how you know, hey, drop the keys in the front yard. Hey, look, that shit is yours. I ain't coming back.
Feed the fish. I'll be out for a minute. I don't know, maybe that last line, like he says he needs your help to save the universe, but again, that just sounds like some mission you might not be coming back from. So I don't know. That's crazy. But if it's to save the universe, then it's got to be done anyway, I suppose.
It can't be worse than what's going on here already.
Yeah. Like I said, this band of heroes is braver than me because they all decided to go with this new stranger back to OB's spot. And again, we already noticed like how similar OB's spot looked to his room at the TVA. So that's just wild. Like they just model it right after it, or did that just become the TVA? Like I don't know.
I feel like that just became the TVA. Exactly what you just said. I think that was the nugget starting point. And then everything fabricated around it.
That'd be wild.
Because he said he was in the middle of nowhere. Like, there's nothing else around. Why do you even have that spot, bro?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like,
and you don't drive, so how are you going back and forth between the bookstores and trying to get your book sold? How are you getting around, OB?
How do you know he doesn't drive?
Because didn't they show him getting on the bus? Or on the train or something?
I just remember him walking out the door.
I might be misremembering that then.
Yeah. But yeah, that's wild. And I mean, that is interesting. I think it might be, like you said, it's out in the middle of the nowhere. They kept saying that. This is out in the middle of nowhere. We don't have to worry about it. Nobody's going to hear anything. So, in the middle of nowhere.
I don't know, why are you all the way out there, bro?
That seems like a place where at the time TVA could be located. That's for sure. B-15 asked, is this everyone? And Loki said, no, there's one more. Time for a trip to Mickey D's. It was funny. Of course, Loki thinks it's going to be like all the other ones, but no, Sylvie remembered exactly who he was and then took him to the bar to have a real conversation. And she asked basically for different reasons, like, why is it that Loki wants everyone back at the TVA so bad? And when he finally like truly thought about it, he realized he just wanted his friends back. Like, and because that's what I've been asking this whole, why is he so hell bent on saving the TVA? Like, what? Why does he care so much? And then they answered it right there. He basically just found his pack and he wants them back. So that's crazy.
This
So in
this
Loki
Loki has grown.
it's all for
He's grown up.
self-improvement, though.
Yeah.
But definitely, yeah, he's definitely changed. So that's crazy. How is Loki so lost though? Like, this is the god of mischief. Why is he acting so whiny about not having his friends around? Like, sooner or later, he's just gonna go bipolar and screw him over anyway. I mean, or has the god of mischief truly changed, like you just said, AK?
No, he's changed. He's grown. No, I won't say he's changed completely. I'll say he's grown. And when we talked about it last night, someone in the chat pointed out that well, this Loki didn't actually go through all of the extra shit that our regular plain timeline, the I guess sacred timeline Loki went through. And like, well, no, he didn't, but he did see all of the aftermath of that. He saw that his most favorite person in the world was killed, his mom, because of a decision that he did while he was being petty against his dad and his brother. He saw how shit ended up with Thor. He saw his brother get killed. So there's a lot going on there, and through also his friendship with Mobius. I mean, maybe that's another reason that he took that Mobius, because that Mobius is what helped him very quickly come back to remember like his humanity. I guess would be the right phrase to use.
That's his boy. Absolutely.
Sometimes change does take a few thousand years. Yeah, that's absolutely correct. And Loki is very old. We know Asgardians and Frost Giants, all of them, they live to very high numbers unless they're outright killed.
Yep. Casey was just chomping at the bit to grab that temp pad and go rob a bank or something. Like, who knew he was such a gangster in his old life? Like, get some, Casey. Thought he was just like this nerd pencil pusher. No, Casey was a gangster.
It's so fitting though, because they like put him in the exact opposite of what he actually was. So I feel like it just fits to like they needed him to keep that order and keep that single focus on things at all times, and that's why he does what he does at the TVA.
And it was it seems like all of them are the complete opposite flip. Like B-15's like this loving doctor, taking care of kids,
taking care of kids, yeah.
Then all of a sudden she comes to the TVA and she's like this brutal hunter, just taking people out and
that doesn't care about anyone. Right. That's something else that came up in Convo last night too. I think it's a great contrast. I really like that they put that much thought into how they place these characters.
Yeah, because she's out there saving little kids, making them feel good, making them not hurt. And then she comes into the TVA and like slow motion punches Loki from Max Payne.
That was a hell of an intro, though.
I'm just like, man, script on these characters. It's crazy. Loki gets back just before he can take it and tells everyone that they should just go home. And Sylvie decides to head to a record store of all places to chill and listen to some tunes, but it doesn't seem chill as her immediate future in the timeline is starting to spaghettify. And then as Loki's telling the rest of the crew that they can go back to their lives, he was basically just doing what he wanted. Sylvie shows up and says, maybe not so much. Like, what do? You're just sitting there listening to some tunes and all of a sudden everything goes spaghetti.
Sylvie.
Like what do you have my name again? Run a spaghetti.
You
can like literally see like it wasn't just like that store, but as it was going down, it was pretty much that entire like
everything.
Like it was like just almost like her by herself, and she's like, I'm out.
See, that's what pissed me off about that scene. You didn't fix yourself to go anywhere or do anything until it touched you. You want to preach all day about Loki still being selfish. Bitch, you are the exact same thing.
Oh, she admits it, though. She says, of course I'm selfish.
It doesn't matter. No, she gets no quarter for that. She gets no pass. Your world ends. So now, okay, well, here, what are we going to do? If you'd have came 2 hours ago, maybe we could have gotten past this part already and shit could have been fixed. And now here we are, and what happens? Now there's no place else for you to go.
There I was like, I have run out of places to hide in the timeline. Like everything's going to shit. Everybody's kind of.
It was very reminiscent of What If, when evil Doctor Strange started doing too much, and he basically killed his whole reality.
Yeah, Jake. Like I said, I think they might have just done that just so they didn't remember who they really were to help the lie alive. I kind of think is why they flipped the script and made him.
Except for OB, a little bit. Did y'all notice that? He's still a writer.
Yeah, and we still don't understand why he was able to remember everything. Like, is he the one? Like
he said he put it all. It's a storyline in this fictional book that he wrote. Is it really though, bruh? Is it?
We find
or are
out,
you just undercover in this reality?
Or we find out that was just another Kang variant, and
yep, that is a theory. That is a theory that's on the board.
OB's the real one who remains. He just let the other.
He's the one out there really playing. He's playing the Star Trek 4D chess.
Yeah,
and all of us are just playing checkers.
He's the puppet master. Loki's twisted ass has never been happier to hear that all the branches are dying, because it brought Sylvie back and means that he gets to keep all his friends together. Or so it seemed. That is, until they all started spaghettifying out of existence right in front of his face. Even Sylvie was going. So, yeah, I guess that Loki pruning himself must be the reason that it's not happening to him. Like, that's the only thing that really makes sense.
Yeah. Every other Loki variant, it seems, it is gone.
Everything.
Except for this one.
So Loki, freaking out, losing everybody, starts grabbing strands to weave back together, and somehow it worked. He brought them all back. And he then realized what his purpose is. It's not about when or where or why. It's about who. He knows it's he who can rewrite the story, and he slips back right to before the Big Bang. So was like this He Who Remains plan again? Is this He Who Remains plan all along? Like he's tired of running it, so he's passing the mantle to Loki? Because it's starting to look like I said, we called this whole season step for step. Like if it ends again where it started, I'm taking a curtain call bow because we nailed everything.
Facts.
It was King all along.
Right.
You guys called out exactly where Ravonna was right out of the gate, what Miss Minutes has been doing. Like, I mean, there has been very little surprises other than Casey being a gangster. There has been
yeah.
And I'm not mad at it. It's been a great story. The details have been fantastic. And I mean, I think that's why we've been able to, because the writing's been so on point, they've let us follow around.
Indeed.
So is that the deal? Loki thinks he's going to be the new Lord of Time? Because Sylvie already reminded him of what it is to be a Loki. They're meant to lose. So is he just going to be like just about to sit the throne only to find out that a new Kang variant is already on it?
No, I don't think it's going to get that far. I think there's probably definitely going to be some more to come. Obviously, because they're not going to wrap this up in just one more episode.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be tough. Yeah, it's definitely.
But I think they're going to give us a hell of a cliffhanger, though.
And speaking of, like, where the hell is that tent pad that OB built, fandom? Somebody snuck in and took it.
Didn't you mean it became spaghetti?
No, it was gone before that started happening.
Yeah, before anybody went to speak. I mean, maybe that was just the first thing that went and we didn't notice it. That could be an answer, but I don't think so. I think somebody came in and took it. They were trying to blame Casey, and he's like, I ain't take it.
So that's what I thought too at first. But then, like, everything else started like disappearing. I'm like, oh, it probably became spaghetti.
You're going with the spaghetti theory? How about you, AK? Because I don't think so.
I think that it's possible that if it wasn't Miss Minutes' creepy ass that snuck in and just pulled it to wherever dimension she is.
But she can't touch things.
Yeah, I don't think she can physically carry things.
Okay, we don't know that right now as for her status because she's been reset. If it wasn't her, then I think that there is some loophole timey-wimey thing that we may be missing. Like kind of when they were showing that long shot of the record store and the guy was pouring his coffee and we saw the cup there, but then it glitched for like a half a second and the coffee just hit the counter and it wasn't there anymore. So maybe within that something happened with the temp pad with OB working on it, and when they turned around and no more eyes were on that, it glitched out because something had started changing. I just don't know what the something is, but there's some timey-wimey with it, I believe. I don't think it was just outright stolen by anyone.
Jake's saying he wasn't the temp pad. They were blaming him for the aura reader. I thought it was the temp pad that they were asking.
I thought it was the temp pad also.
I have to go back and look at that. That's crazy. But yeah,
Because yeah, he didn't. He didn't. I didn't see him take anything. He tried to take something, I think, but I'm pretty sure Loki had like grabbed it back from him.
well, he was getting ready to grab it. He's like, "Oh, since we're all just standing here, I'm just going to borrow this for a minute," because he was about to go.
Yeah, let me go jump in a bank vault or something real quick, something like that. He said, "Yeah."
Loki's like, "Don't worry about it. Like, y'all are just going to go home anyway." So I was like, "Oh shit." But yeah, I 100% think it was either Wolf or Ravonna that came in and took it. I think
Who's Wolf?
Brad Wolf.
Oh, you think Brad zipped in? I don't think he would be able to do it.
Why not?
How would he have been able to do that without them noticing? Renslayer, I think I could see her because she's just sneaky like that. I don't think Brad has that much skill.
They have temp pads. All they have to do is put the door
But you would
to it, reach out, grab it, and have the door closed when everybody's back's turned. I don't think it'd be that
There's
hard.
always a sound for that, though. They would still hear them coming. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe. Unless they were too preoccupied. I don't know. I 100% think somebody came in with a temp pad door and took it. Jake's saying he took the aura reader 100%. Who took it though?
I think he's still talking about Casey. I don't see how that would affect anything in the plot line because everybody got spaghettified anyways, though. So what would be the point of having Casey be the one to steal that?
What if it's not even an aura reader? What if that's just the way that it's all OB's plan, and that's just the way he's racing everybody's mind? He tells you it's an aura reader, but he's just zapping in.
It's like the defibrillator.
That would be awesome.
From Men in Black. Just here, look at this light right here, real quick.
He's like, "Oh, we just need your temporal reading. Just put your face in here, real quick."
Right.
That's why he's the only one that remembers anything because he's
right.
Everybody. That would be amazing. Oh, that'd be a sick twist. But yeah, I don't know. I just think there's going to be some crazy twist at the end for sure. They're not going to call it word for word. So yeah,
absolutely.
I think, like I said, I think it might be it's Renslayer X5 that came in and grabbed that, but we'll find out. I also want to know why they always show like the big steel door with the scratches on it in the end credits. I've made mention about that in a couple of these.
Yeah,
I think Renslayer may use a temp pad to try to sneak in Eliath into the TVA to try to kill all the Lokis once and for all.
That makes sense because that's literally the exact same thing that He Who Remains did. He stole Eliath from Eliath's dimension and brought him to the end of time there to do that. Cookie Monster, what's going on?
It's good, Alan. Great to see you, bro. Yeah, I don't know. I don't why they always every single in the back of those end credits, they always show that door closing and it's got the scratches on it. And that tied in with like X5 when he was always holding his hand, chest like this, and he had scratches against his arms and his shield. So something, and I think it's going to be Eliath coming in to kill everybody. That would be wild.
I don't remember enough about Eliath to say whether it was an actual animal or something that could come through and do that. But here's an extreme tinfoil thing. What if there is extra going on with X5 and this is a small, tiny reference to the X-Men?
That'd be crazy.
Scratches on a heavy metal door. The Wolverine could do that easily, and we already know Wolverine's been pushed through time in a couple of different storylines.
That'd be wild. I like that. That'd be crazy. Bringing Wolverine to Loki. That'd be a crazy. You would not see that.
That would be a gem of just a little nugget. Just show him like waking up in the lab real quick. Like, oh shit. Okay, we got to go back to the end of time.
That would be wild. They're always.
I would lose my shit.
Introduce the X-Men into Marvel.
But wait a minute. Didn't they highlight Wolverine in one of the TV shows or something? Like in a newspaper section? I'm thinking of another one.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, which one was it though?
She-Hulk wasn't she in She-Hulk?
Was it She-Hulk?
Newspaper.
It might have been She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Maybe. So talking about if they brought it into like one of these extra Disney series and then they really bring it in on one of these, that would be amazing.
It really would be a great way to answer that because I always wondered why they named him X5. Because my other crazy thought is that there's another government program from another show called Manticore, and they have a series of super soldiers that are called X5s.
Hmm.
So I thought that could be something too. But even if you did roll that in, that still makes sense that something happens where he's connected to Wolverine, and that's why his name is X5.
Yeah,
It was She-Hulk. Thank you, Alan.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Sweet. Oh man, so yeah, that was man, what an interesting episode. They brought it all around, and man,
Hell of a ride.
I feel like we're right there, step and key with it all the way.
I think this was the setup. This was like the final setup, and they're gonna give us a bang next episode.
And I think they're gonna flip the script and switch something major on us. They're gonna give us something at the end, and
absolutely.
That will be awesome. Oh, so we got just a couple trivia questions. Oh, what do you think about this one, Phantom? Scale 1 to 10. How do you think about this episode?
I give it an 8. It was quick. But it was a good 8 of rounding up the troops, seeing what the hell we're supposed to do so we don't get spaghetti.
Absolutely. How about you, AK? Where are you going with this episode?
I am going. What did I give it last night? I think it was maybe an 8.25. Because I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a lot more for the finale. I don't think this episode was a little bit, I think, to me, but it gave a lot of setup, and that was one of the things that me and the ladies really liked about it. So yeah, 8.25.
I think so too.
Not gonna lie, I might leave work early so I could just watch the episode and not get spoiled. Finale.
Let me spoil this finale for me.
Okay, wait. Hold on. Wait. Give me 1 second, DJ. I need to find my spreadsheet.
Okay. Do y'all think Alan wants to know if we think we're getting a season 3? I mean, it's like the best Disney show that they have running. So I would.
Yeah,
they're the same thing. Yeah.
I don't see why they wouldn't. Yeah, I think they would definitely give us.
I think they're most likely going to keep doing it until we get Kang Dynasty.
Probably.
Yeah, because this is the perfect series to really tie into that full time because it deals with time.
And it seems like they have the most invested into this one. I mean, this is far and away the best written show. I mean, I still like WandaVision the best just because it was so crazy and so different. But this was definitely my number 2 right on its heels. Like, Loki is so well written, the attention to detail, and it's their hottest one out that they've made on Disney. So yeah, I definitely think they're going to have a season 3. And I think it's just a great way to
I like it.
tie in all the series together with the major movies that are coming out with it. It's like the best series to do that with, I think.
Yep. I agree.
Do season 3 or they'll do a spinoff into a movie. That'd be pretty dope. Yeah, I could definitely see this. You definitely have
I think everything that we're seeing here is absolutely going to be tied in with the grander MCU for sure.
So we got just a couple questions. I know Jake was thinking there might be 20 on this one, but we got
my document.
What's that?
I can't find it. I'm looking on my tablet to find my document that I left on my G drive. I just don't remember what I named it.
Uh-oh.
And I'm not on the laptop, so yeah, I can't find it easy. Oh well.
We're gonna get into it. Oh, what's up? We had Donald Rance in the chat. Good to see you, buddy. Oh man, we had to got a few questions. If you know these answers, put them in the chat box. If you're watching later, put them in the comment section down below. What year did Casey break out of jail?
Oh, 19. Oh, damn it! I'm on the wrong account. That's why. Oh wait, what?
Hey, what's up, Lottie V? Good to see you out there. Great to see you. Oh, you like WandaVision too?
Oh, Lady V. What's going on, Lady V? Appreciate you coming over, girl.
That was my show. Oh, I'm so glad you stopped in, Donald. Good to see you. Hey, what's up, Donald Rance? You still out there? Did you? I stopped into Total Wine the other day and noticed.
Okay, wait. What was the question again? Well, it was a Casey question, right?
Yeah. What year did Casey break out of jail?
1962.
1962, 100% correct.
Found my document.
Wow. Oh, it's coming out. But that is a tawny port that you can't see. Did you grab that yet? Try out the new red breast, Donald. I am so excited to open that. Can't wait to get that one. It's going to be delicious. Oh, man. What was Casey's name in the branch timeline, AK?
Frank.
Of course. And what year did Loki visit B-15?
In 2012.
Yeah, 2012.
Hey,
yeah,
knocking them out.
That's another Easter egg that they really should have put in there. Somebody from the chat brought it up last night too. Is that should have happened like during the battle?
Oh,
when New York was invaded.
Yeah, that'd have been dope. That'd have been a great tie-in. Where did Loki find Mobius?
Cleveland, freaking Ohio.
Home City, get some. Oh man, yeah, that was crazy. That was just last year that they're saying they grabbed Mobius. I thought he was OG. That one really blew me.
Yeah.
That one got me. What was the name of the shop Mobius worked?
Ah, damn it. Something C dude. I forget.
Got him.
Yeah, I was looking at the actual machines, not
Oh,
the name.
got him. Oh, anybody out there in the chat remember what was the name of the spot that Mobius worked? Anybody got that? Anybody got that? Oh, it's like, I haven't had the new Tony Court yet, but they gave the outstanding special. Ooh, wow, that sounds delicious. I'll have to look at that. How'd you like that one?
What is that? What?
Oh, we're talking liquor.
Ah.
Where? Oh, I gave this answer. You remember what I said? Where on the timeline did OB get put?
1994.
Where at?
Oh, Pasadena, California.
Hey, we're back. And how long did it take OB to build a temp pad?
19 months.
Yeah. It was a little over a year.
18 months.
Wait, was it 18 months? What?
No, he said 18. No,
he
19
said 18
months.
No, it's a trick question. He said 18. He's like, well, actually 19 because it took me a month to move.
Yeah.
He lost his job. His wife left him. I'm like, damn.
Wait, hold on. Wait, you were married to who, sir?
Hey, my man had a life, and Loki came in and crushed it, killed it.
Did he though? Man, I'm side-eyeing OB hard, man.
OB had a life. Dude, my man was a freaking engineer, like science engineer. Like, he was the man, and he just wanted to drop it off just to be.
And all he wanted to do was write some sci-fi books.
I'm telling you. Like, my man
I feel him.
Oh, Jake nailed it. Piranha Power Sports. Absolutely correct, sir. Well
Yeah,
done,
there you go.
Well done, you. Oh, what video game did the shot open on at the bar Sylvie took Loki for a drink?
I don't even remember that scene.
That was another great tie-in. I was like,
I mean, the only thing I remember about that scene is when it was basically Sylvie's cheers moment, where when she's like, "Oh, well, I'll take 2 bourbons. That's an excellent choice, Sylvie." Yeah, it's credit to bartenders everywhere.
yes, to be exact, he was a theoretical physicist, and he wants to chop it off.
Theoretical physicist, yep.
Just to write
at Caltech, in case that was a question that was going to come up.
He said, "I got you there too." Oh man, what's up? Anybody out there remember the video game the shot opened up on at the bar? Had a tie into this show. There he is. I knew somebody was gonna get it. Zaniac.
Zaniac. Yeah, they've been tossing that name around a lot too.
Well, yeah, it's obviously a game on the
for
movie
this show.
that Cat Wolf starred in. So they made a game on it. That's awesome. Like, I love that tie-in. That's not a real video game, but they made one for this show. I thought that was awesome. And since we've been talking about drinks, we're going to end it on one. What drink did Sylvie buy Loki at the bar?
I just told you, bourbon.
Bourbon, it is, 100%. All the tie-ins coming correct and proper. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one. We like it. We're all at about an 8 for this one, which is kind of weird for the penultimate. Usually they bring it, but I don't know. Maybe they're just saving it for the finale.
I think they're saving it for the final.
They're going to give us all the answers we've been asking and looking for on this finale. They're going to bring it home, fandom?
Yeah. If not, I'm Riot.
Right.
I think the exact opposite. They're gonna give us some good gut punches and some good twists, and we will have 1,001 questions still at the end. Even when our questions now, some of them will be answered, not all of them, and they're gonna give us a whole bunch more when they're done.
Yeah, you're probably right. It's probably just gonna be like, nope, now bring on season 3 because I got some questions. Or at least the Kang Dynasty. It's almost like they flipped it and are trying to switch it and take Kang out of it just in case some bad things go down with the trial or whatever. So they kind of left him that out. Like maybe it'll be Loki that takes that spot instead of He Who Remains. I don't know.
No, I mean because it's canon either one for at least for the end of time thing. But there's too much stuff that Kang is interweaved in to just swap it all out for Loki. That's impossible.
Crazy. Oh, can't wait to see how they do it. I mean, I think it's going to fall the right way and it's not going to be a problem, but you never know. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, sure enough.
We're not going to do that. We'll just see how it goes and take it from where it goes from there. But that's going to do it for us, man. That's awesome. Man, I can't wait to see how they finish this one off, and I do hope they stick the landing because I have been loving me some Loki. So that's going to do it for us. We are going to be back on. What's a good question? But probably for sure next Tuesday, and might be on Sunday.
Sunday would be better than Monday.
Yeah, that would definitely work. And it's just, man, Saturday is like my big work day, and trying to get it done afterwards to be on Sunday or Monday. It's going to be bad. But we're going to figure something out. But 100% we will be back on next Tuesday, and it's probably going to be Invincible next Tuesday. And then we will figure out the rest from there. So yeah, stay tuned.
Wait, hold on. So are we for sure then doing Sunday for Loki finale?
Oh, you're right. The finale is next one. So next Tuesday will be the Loki finale. You're right. My bad. I was right when I said that. I was like, that just.
So I said, wait, hold on, bro. You are not the master of time here.
Yeah, we're gonna finish up Loki on Tuesday, and then we will start Invincible. Stay tuned. Click the bell, hit subscribe, and we will let you know. But we might be Invincible on Sunday if I can get it written in time. But yeah, DJing on Saturday night, it's a little rough to get that done, but we're going to see if we can get it in. I want to thank everybody for coming in and hanging out with us, man. It's been a blast, and man, can't wait to wrap this up in the finale next Tuesday night. So hope everybody out there is having an absolutely fantastic week, and it only gets better from here. We'll see y'all next Tuesday. Be easy, everybody.